And what about, obviously hallucinations are a big thing that denote inaccuracy
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
it's just literally made up. And I've got I had an interesting conversation actually last night with somebody. I obviously won't name them or the system they were talking about, but quite a large, well-known system where it was just fraught with hallucinations.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how do you avoid that happening? Because that
Mm.
would be
Mm.
under the accuracy banner, wouldn't it?
Mm. Well, the interesting thing about hallucinations, as a bit of background, is why hallucinations happen in the first place. Why, and if you've ever used a ChatGPT or anything like that, why it will answer the question as if it has factually answered it, even though it's not right. And even when you say it's not right, it can argue with you and say, "No, I am right." And but why does the model do that in the first place? The answer is in a way it's been trained. That model training goes through about three different sort of massive stages, and one of the really big important stages is where you get a bunch of humans and they review the outputs and then they say, here's a better output. Like, I'm training you that given this question and this sort of set of inputs, you did this output, I've corrected your output. I've made your output more correct. And then you give that back to it. And that happens over and over and over again, big army of people doing this. And so what that army tends to do is reinforce the idea of the correct answer, and here is the correct answer to the LLM. So when you ask it a question that it doesn't necessarily know the answer from, or it could be, there could be a lot of ambiguity in the answer, why it states its response with such a lot of confidence is because it's been literally trained to do that by humans who have constantly given it the right answer or corrected it in that way. And that's why the models, one of the reasons the models hallucinate or can appear to hallucinate, is because the idea that they are right has been reinforced upon them just
Right.
holistically. And so the way that you can avoid that is giving higher, basically, again, it's the context when it's providing higher quality inputs so that the what it's got to work with is larger. There's more data there for it to work with, more citations, more structure to that context. And now it's got something to go on.